guys, and welcome back to my channel. Today we are going to be doing this eye look today using the Morphe, upside down, using the Morphe 3502 brand new palette. And so if you'd like to see how I got this eye look today, just keep on watching. You're in the right place. But if you haven't already, please hit the subscribe button down below to join the family, and make sure you hit that notification bell too so that you know every time I post a new video and you can come hang out with me. Okay guys, so today we are going to do a eye look with the Morphe 3502 palette. We already have our base on, or should I say I already have my base on. I used the Lancome Teint Idole Ultra Makeup Stick, and I got this gifted to me from Lancome and Octoly for free to try out, and I do have another video where I try that out if you want to check it out. But right now we are going to get to work on our makeup look using this absolutely beautiful palette here. And I'm going to get right to it. I am going to start out with my brow bone highlight, just so that it blends in very well. I'm going to go in with, this cream shade right here. Just a little bit, because I'm not sure how pigmented these are. And I'm just going to go right under the highest point of my brow. None of that got on there. There we go. I'm just putting a little bit right under the highest point of my brow just to give the illusion of a brow lift there. There we go. And next I'm going to take a big fluffy brush. This is my Morphe E27, and I'm going to go in with kind of an all over shade, this one right here. And I'm not going to be very particular about where I put it. I'm just going to buff this kind of in the crease, above the crease, kind of all over here. It's not going to be very much darker than my actual skin tone. Well, it looks a little bit darker in the film than what it actually is, but it's not very much darker than my actual skin tone is. The purpose of this is to make the other shades, the other transition shades and lid shades, blend together seamlessly so that we don't have any lines or issues. I'm just going to go in with just a little bit more on this side because for some reason it translated a little bit darker on the other side. You want to start when you're doing this in the crease, and so that it deposits the most color there, and then work your way up as there's less product left on the brush. Okay, next I'm going to go in with a little bit darker shade, and I'm going to use my Morphe E22 brush, which is just a little bit smaller of a blending brush. And I'm going to go to this shade and this shade, and I'm going to mix them together. The shade names for these are Orb and Tan. And I'm going to concentrate that more right into my crease. Giving it a little more definition there. And I'm going to do the same thing on the other eye. I'm going to start down in my lower crease on the outer edge first, and then I worked my way in, and when I had the least amount of product left on my brush, I did the inside area all the way over to the inner crease. I'm just doing a little bit more blending here on this side. So again, we have no harsh lines. I'm going to go back in with my E27 one more time just to buff out any lines we have. And this is what we're looking like so far. Next up, I'm going to go and take my R39, and I am going to, I'm trying to decide whether I want to be bold and go crazy or whether I want to stay kind of neutral here today. The oranges and reds are kind of calling my name, so I'm going to go for it, and I'm going to take the R39 and go into this bright red shade here. It is called Fire, and I am going to deposit that right here in the outer crease and work that, on the outer lid, outer V area, and work that. Ooh, I went a little bit too far out there. And we're going to work that just a little bit into the crease. Ooh, that shade is pigmented. This formula reminds me a whole lot of the Morphe x Jekyll & Hill formula, and it is much creamier, much more pigmented than the original Morphe formula. And of course, the Morphe x Jekyll & Hill palette is my favorite palette of all time, so I'm happy to see that these shades are reminiscent of the ones in that palette. Oh Jesus, what happened there? Alrighty, so that's a little bit more pigmented than I thought it was going to be. I'm going to go in with this small Luxie brush and the original color here. And I'm just going to run that underneath my lash line. And then I'm going to do the same thing on the other eye. I go back into this bright shade Fire with a small Morphe M168 brush. It's like a small pencil brush. And I'm just going to go underneath my lash line with that. Not too far down though, because this is a very, very bright color. And I'm just going to connect that to the top part. Having some bright eyes today. Okay, so now I am going to go back in with my Morphe E22, and I'm just going to blend in where I added the red to my crease. I'm going to do the same thing on this eye. And this is what we look like so far. I'm going to go back in with my E27 and the original shade and just buff out the edges here. That original shade that I'm calling original, by the way, is actually called Universal. And then I'm going to, again, do the same thing on this side. Everything I do to one side, I'm going to do to the other. Of course, that makes complete sense. I don't know how I got eyeshadow on my forehead, but it's there. And also, just a little side note, these shades are extremely pigmented. I would not be surprised if they did stain my eyelids. So it doesn't really matter because I always use eyeshadow primer or concealer to cover up my eyelids before I start, but that's just a side note for those that might care. Okay, so then I'm going to now go back over the outer edge with this sparkly shade here on the same R39 brush. I'm going to use the shimmer shade. It is called Ruby. I'm going to try it first with just my brush, and if it doesn't go on the way I want it to, then I'm going to use my finger. Yeah. I'm going to use my finger. Now this is an absolutely beautiful shade, however, for some reason it is behaving and looking like a matte instead of like a shimmer. In the palette it actually looks like a shimmer, but then when it comes up it's like a matte, and that's totally okay, but it's not what it looks like in the palette, so I'm just letting you guys know. So I have the red there. Now I am just going to take a Morphe 421 brush, and I am going to go into this orange shade, sparkly shade right here, and it is called Sauce. And I am just going to put that all over the lid. Okay, so apparently my camera stopped recording, and I'm not sure where it stopped recording at, but I just packed on the color Sauce onto my lid and then blended everything out. And now I'm going to go in with the Stila Stay All Day Waterproof Liquid Eyeliner and do a wing really quick. I'm going to attempt to get as much as I can on camera, but I've never actually been able to do this successfully, but I have a mirror down here, so I'm just going to look and try to do it really quick. I have my baseline on, now I just have to do the wing. Oh no! Well, it goes down a little bit further than I would like. I think that's about as good as it's gonna get. Now I am going to do the other eye. Ooh, I got eyeliner in my eye. And there is the baseline on this side. I'm going to try to get these to match, even though this one's kind of off. Oh, that one's actually perfect. That one looks how it's supposed to look. And this one just looks crazy. when you have hooded eyelids, it's so hard to get your eyeliner to turn out the way that it's supposed to. Alright, so I think that is as best as I'm going to get the eyeliner right now. I'll get a little bit closer so you guys can see better. Oops. Okay guys, so I have my mascara on now, and this is my final look today that I came up with using the Morphe 3502 palette. I hope you guys have enjoyed watching this little tutorial with me, and if you haven't already, please hit the subscribe button down below to join the family, and make sure you hit the notification bell so that you can join and know every time I post a new video so that you can come hang out with me. And that's all I have for you guys today. I hope you guys have a wonderful day. Bye-bye. Mwah.